Hey everyone, it's Michael Groff here to talk to you about your roof. With an active monsoon season expected this year, you need a name you can trust, and that's why you should call Blackstone Roofing Group for all of your roofing needs. Call for your free inspection today. Big or small, they do it all. Tile, shingle, or flat roofing, they can help, offering free inspections and more. Roofing made easy. Call 602-536-9363 or visit blackstoneroofinggroup.com to schedule your free inspection today. And if you tell them Michael Groff sent you, they'll take $500 off the price of your roof replacement. Again, that's 602-536-9363 or blackstoneroofinggroup.com. It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Wednesday, the 4th of June. I'm Michael Groff. We had a few showers and thunderstorms over parts of the valley early this morning. Maybe you were awoken by the sound of some rumbling outside or some raindrops. But for the rest of the day today, for the most part, conditions will be drying out. Now, I say for the most part because, number one, it's still pretty muggy out there. And also, there is still an outside shot at a shower or storm here across the south central deserts. Will we see anything in the valley? What about across the rest of the state? What about the weather going forward? Are we going to return to more of a typical June weather pattern? Well, let's get into it. First, the almanac from yesterday. 97 degrees the afternoon high. 78 was the morning low. No rain in the bucket yesterday, but this morning officially at Sky Harbor, interestingly enough, one of the few places that did see some pretty decent rain, the central part of the valley, well, they picked up 1,400ths of additional rainfalls, so that's interesting. 101 and 75 are the averages for this time of year. Looking outside right now, here at 10 o'clock, we've got some clouds out there right now. We're at 82 degrees at Sky Harbor. But look at that, dew point's up at 63, so it's muggy out there. 51% the humidity, winds calm, barometer is steady. Satellite picture across the southwest, and you can see this upper low that brought the unsettled weather overnight. And we saw plenty of showers and storms, as expected, across southeast California, southern Nevada, and northern Arizona yesterday. And they had a flood watch in effect, and that has also been extended through the rest of the day today for another round of showers and storms possible up there. The question is, will we see anything around here? You can see on the watch warning map, yep, there's that flood watch again, including places like Las Vegas, Kingman, over toward the Grand Canyon, and Flagstaff, down toward Prescott. Yes, Yavapai County is included in that flood watch as well. Now, in Maricopa County, what you see there, that is an air quality alert for high ozone pollution. So, again, we've got to concern ourselves with that. That becomes kind of a regular around here, especially during the summertime. Elsewhere, some air quality alerts across the northern plain states. Again, that Canadian wildfire smoke continues to filter on in, despite the fact that they've had some precipitation across Minnesota and Wisconsin in recent days. Yeah, the air, unfortunately, with the smoke still filtering in, it doesn't really clean out that smoke. The convective outlook for today, we've got the slight risk of severe storms, level 2 out of 5 over parts of New Mexico and the Texas Panhandle. A severe weather risk, a broader risk across West Texas, New Mexico, up into parts of Colorado, and from the southern plains up into the central Great Lakes states. In Arizona, most of the state is in the green. Thunderstorms possible. It's a conditional threat. Most of the storm activity today probably confined to the higher terrain of northern Arizona and over toward parts of southern Nevada. But we will show you there is an outside chance, a very fringe possibility of another shower or storm firing up in the southern deserts today. The tropics and the East Pacific don't look now, but we've got another area of disturbed weather off the Mexican coast. And while the chance of that developing in the short term over the next 48 hours is only about 10%, if we go out to the next 7 days, yeah, that's up to an 80% chance of development. So, could that have any impact on our weather right now? We're thinking not. But of course, what do we do with any system that develops out here? We keep an eye on it. Here's the precipitation outlook. This is valid through next Wednesday morning from the WPC. Rain amounts in Phoenix. Looks like nothing. Statewide, some light amounts still possible across northern Arizona. Now, I say light amounts, But any one spot could certainly get a heavy downpour. We saw that with some of the heaviest storms across southern Nevada and northwest Arizona yesterday. Some of those storms put down an inch of rain in a very short amount of time. And we could see that again today. What we show you on these graphics represents an average of what you'll see across the region. So let's get into the details of this forecast right now. To do that, we explore the models. Here we go. The GFS, the 06Z run valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Ridge in the northeast Pacific. There's that upper low coming through the southwest, beginning to open up into a wave. What it means down at the surface for the rest of the day today, mostly sunny sky and high temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. It's still going to be muggy out there today. It's going to have kind of that monsoon feel, even though this is not a monsoon pattern. But let's take a look at the high resolution guidance here, because there's something kind of interesting here. This is the HRRR at 2 o'clock this afternoon. It shows a few showers and thunderstorms across central and northern Arizona at that time. And again, the radar won't look precisely like this, although the HRRR the last couple of days has absolutely been on target. But don't let that fool you, because sometimes these models are just all over the place. But it does show a couple of little pop-up showers and storms here across southern Arizona right around Phoenix about that time this afternoon. Now, does that mean there will be any? No, but I will say with still a fairly moist air, a fairly moist surface layer here, the lower part of the atmosphere is still quite juiced up. We could still see a shower or storm pop up. We do have the dynamics around. With the sun heating things up this afternoon, I suppose it's not completely out of the question for a brief little pulse type shower or storm. So keep that in mind, but we're not putting that into the forecast because I think the risk is so small, it's so isolated that it's not worthy of the 10% chance that we'd have to meet that threshold to put it into the forecast. Nevertheless, it's there. So keep that in mind for today. But again, any storm that pops up, it would be a pulse type storm. Very, very quick, very short-lived, but it could produce some brief heavy rain and gusty winds, and obviously lightning. So keep that in mind. Better chances of storms today will be confined mostly to the higher terrain of northern and eastern Arizona. All right, now for tonight, the sky is clear. Overnight lows mainly in the 70s. It'll still be muggy tonight. Tomorrow, the humidity levels will start to come down. High temperatures, upper 90s to about 101. On Friday, the air continues to dry out. Temperatures continue to heat up. Highs around 100 to 104. The sky is sunny. Over the weekend, high pressure sits to the south and west of us. The upper heights continue to climb, so we will keep warming it up. High temperatures around 103 to 107 for Saturday, 105 to 109 on Sunday and Monday. Yeah, we're keeping it just shy of that 110 degree mark. Hopefully we don't make it there. I know, 109, 110, what's the difference, right? It's hot. But I guess it's one of those things, it's symbolic. It's just, I don't know, it's something people just don't want to see, that 110. And so we're hoping we don't make it there. Now, if we don't, it looks like temperatures will back off a little bit as we go further into next week. This is Tuesday, highs back to around 103 to 107. That's still a couple of degrees above where we ought to be for this time of year, a few degrees above that threshold. Nevertheless, not horrible, I suppose. Let's keep it going. Wednesday, the 11th of June. And don't look now. But what's the GFS doing? It's developing that tropical cyclone down there off of the coast of Mexico, bringing it a little bit further to the north towards southern Baja. And what else is interesting is that the GFS, the last few runs, has been showing broader, weak troughing sitting just to the west of us over the most of the forecast period, including early next week. So you might ask, logically, could that pull some of that moisture northward? Right now, we're going to say probably not, given that there's a broader area of high pressure that's sitting to the south and west of us, kind of behind that, just to the southwest of that baggy trough. But obviously, it's a setup that we're going to watch. We've already seen it happen once. Could it happen again? The probability based on climatology is absolutely not. But weather doesn't follow probability, right? Weather just does whatever weather's going to do. So we're going to watch that and see how it plays out. It looks like down there off the coast of Mexico, actually, the GFS has 2 potential tropical cyclones. And that'd be something. But nevertheless, an active period down there. And whenever the tropics and the East Pacific get active, which, it's getting started early this year, that is always something that we are interested in. So we'll keep watching that for you. Going out 10 days, this is Friday the 13th. And now what's interesting is a broader trough is developing over the Northeast Pacific and extending down the West Coast. And so the ridge is beginning to move east. The flow aloft is turning more southwesterly here, and we have that tropical moisture down to the south. Again, in this kind of a setup, more than likely that tropical moisture gets deflected a little east of us, but this is still kind of an interesting scenario that we're going to keep an eye on. The good news in a scenario like this, never mind the potential of tropical moisture, is the ridge would get knocked down, the heights come down, temperatures would retreat back towards seasonal averages, maybe even a couple of degrees below average if this verifies. But here's where I throw a little bit of cold water on everything I just said by saying this is 10 days out, and this is more than likely to change. But we have had a kind of an interesting last week or so here, an interesting closing out of spring and heading into meteorological summer. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, with weather, expect the unexpected. All right, looking at rainfall for Phoenix off the GFS ensemble. Now, this goes out through the 18th of June. This graphic a little bit deceiving because this is the 06Z ensemble set, and so it's taking into account the rain that already happened. And so really after this morning, it really doesn't show anything. So the ensemble mean is, for all intents and purposes, 0, but we'll keep watching what's happening going forward. And I say 0, it's actually a little bit more than that, but basically nothing. All right, temperatures off the national blend of models. We are going to snap back to reality, okay? Regardless of tropical moisture and how things play out later in the forecast period, for the short term beyond today, temperatures are going to head back toward, well, there you see, 103, 105, 107, 108, 109, somewhere in that range. Obviously, it's June, it's Phoenix, it's going to get hot. Those overnight lows are going to get, well, they're going to get a little cooler, actually, with some drier air, but then they'll start to warm up as those temperatures really peak up around 107 to 109 degrees. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video is due back here tomorrow morning. Should you happen to enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. If you really enjoy what we do here, then click that thanks icon below the video here on YouTube. Make a contribution to us that way. Or PayPal, groffshow@gmail.com is that PayPal address. It's groffshow@gmail.com for PayPal. Our Venmo is linked up too. It's been an interesting time here on YouTube for a little while. I guess it is that time of the year. It's summertime. People watching videos a little less or interacting with videos a little less. So, at the baseline, if you could just leave a comment or smash that like button, as they say. You could gently caress the like button. You could maybe just give it a ginger pressing, maybe a moderate you don't have to smash it. I mean, you can if you want, I guess, but I mean, whatever, however you want to approach that, you do that. But we would appreciate it, and your interaction and all that. It really does help us out. All right, the executive producer of the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion is my OAO, the sweetest of all time, the Asian sensation and proprietor of sweetchildaz.com.org and the Facebook page of the same name, Sweet Child Arizona. Talking about my Michelle. Check her out. Blogs, videos, everything Michelle related, likely Adriana related. It's all linked up down in the description, so give that a look and a listen and check it all out. Also, our streaming station. It's available 24/7, 365. It's called KMGX. We play a ton of music and have a lot of fun over there too. So I suggest you give that a listen. There's a lot of stuff for you to check out. And of course, check us out. all of our multimedia stuff, and a shout out because he shouts us out. That's, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Our friend Dan over at the Courtroom Files, check out his channel. It's completely different from what we do. It's not weather related at all. It's courtroom related stuff, but it's great stuff. It's good content. He's a local guy, and so we want to help out other creators here on YouTube. So, all right. With all of that having been said, thank you guys so much for watching. All of your continued support. It is greatly appreciated. Please be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. If you do happen to find some rain, I hope you enjoy it. And you guys have yourselves a terrific rest of your Wednesday.